Hello, my name is Mike, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. Last time we wrapped up a couple of small quests at the hinterlands, and then we did some stuff for the main story, some pretty interesting stuff. And we found a new companion. Her name is Red Jenny. Her personal name is Sarah. She is one of many Red Jennies that exist, so I was kind of confusing for me. She also kept screaming about breaches, and I couldn't figure out what she was talking about. She was talking about pants. She had stolen all of the guards' pants, which is why they were attacking us without pants on. I was very confused. Breaches, breaches, she kept saying. It just flew over my head. But I'm happy to have a new teammate because she seems like a very enjoyable sort. She seems like a crazy person, and I'm happy to have someone like that on our team. That actually adds a bit of excitement. There are a couple of important quests we can do here today, and sure, let's talk to our companions. Maybe they have something new to say.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
That's because I stand out. I stand out like a sore thumb.
At least I got everyone's attention.
That you did. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
Yeah, that whole Mage Templar war is going to have to be put on hold until we make sure the universe doesn't rip itself apart.
The Conclave destroyed, a giant hole in the sky. Things aren't looking good.
Which is why we're needed. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
Well, I like your enthusiasm. You're a very positive sort. I know it's a flirtatious option, and I'm not really trying to start a romance with you, Cullen, but I do like you as a character, and I appreciate your enthusiasm.
No, but if you have one prepared, I'd love to hear it.
Another time, perhaps. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Ryden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
Yes. A Knight Commander's work is never done.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
I would like to know that myself. I don't know my own backstory. That's weird.
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the free marches.
Oh, I didn't think your people roamed that far north. But clearly I'm mistaken. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
Maybe. Home is wherever I am. That's the kind of thing I would say, yeah.
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the Divine.
Ooh, can I investigate your relationship with the Divine? Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
I'd like us to be closer. I don't know if I'd be that blunt about it. Just tell me. No. I'd like us to be closer. I appreciate you as a companion, and I find you quite enjoyable. Your company is welcome.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
Is that right?
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lord.
So you're Navarran royalty.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
So are you like 47th in line for the throne? Do I have to murder 46 people to help you out? Because I'm down for that.
and you joined the Seekers to get away from that.
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentaghasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarre. Once he was gone, so was I.
Your brother, you say? Is this a personal quest we might be able to attend to later?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Very well. I won't pry into old wounds.
I'll let you get back to work.
Nice to talk to you, Cassandra. You've got an interesting story. Varric.
Need something?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
The extravaganter, the better. Tell me about Bianca. I have an upgrade for her, by the way.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. There's a hidden shop in Kirkwall called the Black Emporium. I found her in a barrel labeled swag. The owner sold her to me for a ham sandwich and a pair of yellow ruffled pants.
Did you have the ham sandwich on your person at the time? Or are you a good cook?
Was she named for?
I can't tell you.
Oh, that's no fun.
And the reason for that is?
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
Okay, I respect your personal boundaries, but I can't help but feel a little denied here.
Are you from Ferelden? Orlais?
Free marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
You seem to have an affinity for that city. How well do you know Cassandra? Last I heard she was interrogating you.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine.
Anders,
The
yes.
Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
So what do you do now, when you're not helping me save the world?
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant.
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
You're a spy master. Could you do Liliana's job? Can she be replaced?
If you've run a spy network, why is Liliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
I see, you're not cold-hearted enough. That makes sense.
You're an author. What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
Yeah, speaking of unfortunate things that have afflicted you, how's your brother doing? 'Cause I left him alive, and I left you that shard.
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in money lenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
You speak about him in the past tense, but I have no ability to follow up on that, so I guess I can only assume that even with that shard, you couldn't cure him. That's sad.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
See you around, Varric.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing?
You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
Oh, how do I respond to this? Liliana is not going to be happy if I tell her that I'm not a prophet of Andraste.
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
It's a test of faith or something. Bad things happen. She's not going to appreciate this, but it's probably the most down-to-earth without offending her.
Awful things happen every day. Get used to it.
Oh, that's blunt.
Get used to being a pawn? To be discarded when the Maker's done with you? The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
I try and be sympathetic here, I guess.
I'm sorry. Her death has clearly hit you hard.
Not just me. All of us. She was the Divine. She led the faithful. She was their heart. If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the Divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
I don't know if I would say it was all for nothing.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come. To work, then. We will speak later.
Okay, I appreciate it when you open up to me, but I understand that being a spy master... Man, what happened to the beautiful, demure Liliana from the first game, who was secretly a spy?
Butler has stand on us. I hope my hunch was wrong.
Butler?
You knew him well?
Not as well as I thought. Show me the reports.
Who's Butler? Pardon me, may I interrupt?
There were so many questions surrounding Faria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Faria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
Ooh. Traitors do deserve to die. Encourage Liliana to kill the traitor agent. Do you have to kill him? Stop Liliana. I don't want to encourage her to kill the traitor, because she did just say it was her friend, and that would seem cold-hearted of me. But I don't want to stop Liliana from killing the traitor, so I'm going to remain silent.
It will be done.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Trust me. Everything I do is to protect our interests. Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
I'm not happy. That's a very sad thing that just happened.
Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming. The people are terrified, and it's only getting worse. The only thing that will calm their fears now is the hope that someone out there can save them. You have to be that someone. No one else has any power over the rifts. Seal them. Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition.
I've been doing that as much as I can. Why do you care about mages? Is it because you romanced a mage in the first game?
Why do you want me to seek out the rebel mages? Why do you care?
I've known mages. Some of them were better people than me. And yet I'm free and they're not. It's not right.
What did you do before you worked for the Divine?
I was a bard, an Orlesian spy for many years. For a time I also served a small cloister in Lothering. After the Blight, the Divine called on me to oversee her personal network.
I'd like to be a bard. I wouldn't, but, well, maybe. I'd like to play the flute.
Can you teach me to be a bard?
Being a bard is so much more than being a spy. It involves a keen understanding of politics. The ebb and flow of influence, the great game. The bard's is an intricate dance where a smile can be sharper than any dagger.
Bards tell tales. I bet you tell some good ones.
There are plenty of tales in the library. Perhaps you should look for them there.
I was kind of hoping you'd spin me a yarn, but I guess that'll have to save for some other time.
I should leave you to your work.
We can always talk later.
Can we talk now?
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
So you met the hero of Ferelden.
You have a history with the Warden who ended the Blight, don't you?
He's always in my thoughts, even when we're far apart. My love is on a quest of his own. When the Inquisition has no further need of me, I will join him, for good this time. I have lost enough. I will not lose him as well.
Hooray! The ending of the first game is still a happy ending 2 games later. Hopefully, by the end of this game, neither of you will have died.
They say you spent some time in Lothering. Did you know the champion?
We spoke a few times. I seldom left the Chantry, and we never became more than casual acquaintances. I saw more of the Hawk twins. Bethany in particular.
Wait, really?
She would spend time in meditation at the Chantry, and she seemed to like my stories. The other one, the young man, he was a little surly.
We can continue this conversation later.
You know where I am.
Yep, just follow the waypoint. Hey, there's our newest companion, Sarah. Hanging out here in the tavern, are we? Why am I not surprised?
So, this is it, huh? Oh no, it's fine, yeah. It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. Hear that? I meant the stronghold, but it sounded like... Well, it's funny, right? Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again. Another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
I'm pretty sure the Conclave proved it's not that easy.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Why? Because someone yelled it real loud. Make them prove it. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
What questions do you speak of?
Is there something else you're looking for? Like, what's behind all this?
Maybe. I don't know. First things first, right? I help you, march, arrow, kick. Then people stop being stupid, and everything starts to make sense again. Sound good to you, all-chosen Lord Herald?
Yeah, it sounds fine to me.
I'm ready to give it a shot. That's all I can ask from anyone else.
I'm in. It's an investment, yeah? Better pay off, too. Stupid war and everything. I had things to do.
Like steel pants. And the barkeep, Flissa. I haven't spoken to you yet.
Oh, Maker, you were him. You were the Herald of Andraste.
Yep.
And you were sent to shame us for mistreating the elves. I pay my elves good and proper, you should know. Friend of the alienage and all, and... I mean, I'm Flissa. Can I get you a drink?
Yes, because even the Prophet of God gets a bit thirsty from time to time. I'm actually Dalish, not a city elf.
I'm not from an alienage, I'm Dalish.
Oh, right. Of course, because of the things on your face. Yes. As I said, I'm Flissa. The Inquisition soldiers needed a place to unwind, so Leliana brought me in to set up a tavern. Nothing fancy, but it's safer for the soldiers than looking for trouble in some village.
Oh, so you know Liliana as well.
You said Leliana asked you to run an Inquisition tavern. How did you meet?
Dumb luck, mainly. I managed an inn back in Denerim. When I heard interesting gossip, I'd pass word to Liliana. Sometimes it was helpful.
Oh.
She asked if I wanted to own my own tavern, and I said yes. I didn't realize she meant this.
See, it's good to have friends in high places, yeah?
Farewell.
Goodbye.
And last but not least, Solus.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
Because I respect you.
You're an apostate. Yet you risked your freedom to help the Inquisition.
Not the wisest course of action when framed that way.
I appreciate the work you're doing, Solus. I just wanted to know more about you.
I'm sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
Do you have any friends? Perhaps possible companions?
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen.
No.
Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
Spirits can't hold a sword. That's not all I was talking about. But I do suppose it's impressive you were able to befriend these spirits.
I'm impressed that you could become friends with spirits.
Anyone who can dream has the potential. Few ever try. My friends comforted me in grief and shared my joy. Yet, because they exist without form, as we understand it, the Chantry declares that spirits are not truly people. Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
Well, I kind of think Varric might be a bit defined by his chest hair. It's certainly the most memorable part of him. I guess I could rebuke him and say that you have to have a body to be real, but I think he'll disapprove of that. Spirits lack free will, don't they? Wait, do they? I'm going to inquire about this. It might earn me a bit of disapproval, but I think it's important for me to get this established here.
Spirits are bound by their nature. You said it yourself. They're shaped by contact with real people.
Just as Liliana was shaped by contact with divine Justinian. As those who serve the Inquisition are shaped by you. If I change your mind in this conversation, does that mean you're no more real than a spirit?
You've thought about this?
On occasion, yes.
Interesting conversation, Solus. You're definitely more than meets the eye.
You said you traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, and you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers, the best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Ooh, which battlefields have you studied? Because there's probably a lot of them around here.
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
Whoa, you have a first-hand account of what happened there in the very first game? That's pretty crazy.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire, and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Kaelin fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
You can't tell which is real.
It is the Fade. They are all real.
That's pretty crazy, Solus, and I look forward to bringing you into fights and seeing if you can scrounge up more memories from the battlefield, because that would be an interesting mechanic for you to have. Now that we have talked to our companions, let's move the main story along, because we have done a few things to help our cause.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
I didn't do it!
You heard?
My agents in the city sent word ahead, of course.
Of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
At least we did something. We tried.
At least we know how to approach the mages and Templars now.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
Oof. I'm gonna have to make a decision here between the mages and the Templars, aren't I? I can't pick both of them? You sure?
Or you could stop bickering and make a decision.
I agree.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
Desperate?
You think the invitation could be some kind of trap?
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options.
You're telling me I gotta build up the Inquisition more before I make a decision here? Mm-hmm.
There is one other matter.
Do tell.
Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
Oh, please, send me on a mission to investigate the Grey Wardens. I would love to do that.
So you're telling me this because...
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
Then back to the hinterlands I go.
Did you need something, Ambassador?
Yes. Well, not precisely, but I should like to know if anyone here has treated you unkindly, Herald, for being an elf.
Nope, no overt racism yet.
If they have, they've been stealthy.
Good. Please let me know if that changes. If if we're to convince the world that Andraste's herald is an elf, the Inquisition must give you its utmost support. Stories of wild Dalish elves have grown even more outrageous as people learn of you.
You would think that they would be more scared of me being a mage, considering there's a mage war going on.
Isn't the magic just as much a problem as my ears?
It depends which way the wind is blowing. Magic is meant to serve man, the chant teaches. Close the breach, and we can claim that is why Andraste chose you. Hopefully it will be enough to replace this gossip about the Dalish.
Speaking of gossip about the Dalish, what gossip have you heard?
How have the rumors gotten worse?
I would prefer not to repeat them.
Give me something.
Stealing children, selling peasants to slavers, burning down villages, using infants for blood magic. Those are the stories about your fellow Dalish. I won't repeat what they've said about you.
Yeah, I've only done one of those 4 things. It was the orphan sacrifices. Don't tell nobody.
The humans telling those tales are the first to take a knife to someone with pointed ears. My clans defended ourselves against them more times than I can count.
Really? I had no idea. I will do what I can to end this slander, Herald. It may help if I know more about how you and your clan live.
I'm sure it's not much different from how you lived, honestly.
The human towns we traded with ate the same food and suffered the same weather we did. The main difference was that they had homes while we wandered.
That must have been difficult. Still, you must miss your clan.
I don't think about them very often because I never met them. I can flirt with her. I'd miss knowing you more. I don't know if she'd appreciate that, a little too overt.
I haven't given it much thought. There's too much happening here.
I wouldn't discount your effect on them. Whatever comes, your role as Andraste's herald will mark your clan in history.
Well, it's about time an elf got recognized for his good deeds.
Elves have been swept under the rug or worse, rarely acknowledged as a part of this world. This is our chance to be a force no one can ignore.
History should look out. I believe you will succeed. Thank you for your time, Herald.
Thank you for your time. It's good to speak with you, Josephine. Even though you're not a proper member of the team, your contributions are invaluable, and you're always a shining beacon of friendliness. Hello, me naive. Bye.
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
I am the Inquisition.
What's the message?
We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bull's charges can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
Ooh, a mission where I don't have to get involved. I would welcome the help, yes.
Why did your commander send us this information?
Iron Bull wants to work for the Inquisition. He thinks you're doing good work.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull? He's one of those Qunari, the big guys with horns.
Really?
He leads from the front. He pays well, and he's a lot smarter than the last bastard I worked for. Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
A Qunari mercenary. That seems not right. Qunari usually follow a strict hierarchy, so being a mercenary on his own, must be an outcast. I'd be interested in seeing that, yes.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
I think I'll do that right now. Is this going to be another open area of the map with a lot of things to do? I suspect it. Yeah, I feel like it is. Looks like we're here at the Storm Coast. Let's try and look for these missing scouts. Looks like Iron Bull and his mercenary group is being attacked by Tevinter warriors. Just take them out. I'm not sure what their deal is. Probably just racists.
Chargers! Stand down! Prim! How'd we do?
5 or 6 wounded, Chief. No dead.
That's what I like to hear. Let the throat cutters finish up, then break out the casks. So, you're with the Inquisition, huh? Glad you could make it. Come on, have a seat. Drinks are coming.
You are not what I expected from a Qunari.
Iron Bull, I presume.
Yeah, the horns usually give it away.
Bit of a jokester. Again, not what I expected from a Qunari.
I assume you remember Cremisius Aclasi, my lieutenant.
Good to see you again. Throat cutters are done, Chief.
Already? Have them check again. I don't want any of those Tevinter bastards getting away. No offense, Krem.
None taken. At least a bastard knows who his mother was. Puts him one up on you Qunari, right?
So, you've seen us fight. We're expensive, but we're worth it. And I'm sure the Inquisition can afford us.
Let's talk price range, because I got like 20 gold in my pocket. Not enough to buy a new sword, but you work for peanuts?
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
Wouldn't cost you anything personally. Unless you want to buy drinks later. Your ambassador, what's her name? Josephine. We'd go through her and get the payments set up. Gold will take care of itself. Don't worry about that. All that matters is we're worth it.
You definitely do seem useful.
The Chargers seem like an excellent company.
They are, but you're not just getting the boys. You're getting me. You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. Demons? Dragons? The bigger the better. And there's one other thing. Might be useful. Might piss you off. Ever hear of the Ben Hasra?
That sounds familiar, but I'm gonna say no.
I've never heard of it.
It's a Qunari order. They handle information, loyalty, security, all of it. Spies, basically. Or, well, we're spies. The Ben Hasrath are concerned about the breach. Magic out of control like that could cause trouble everywhere. I've been ordered to join the Inquisition, get close to the people in charge, and send reports on what's happening. But I also get reports from Ben Hasrath agents all over Orlais. You sign me on, I'll share them with your people.
I'm not gonna turn down a possible Qunari companion.
You're a Qunari spy, and you just told me.
Whatever happened at that conclave thing, it's bad. Someone needs to get that breach closed. So whatever I am, I'm on your side.
You still could have hidden what you are.
From something called the Inquisition. I'd have been tipped sooner or later. Better you hear it right up front from me.
Well, thank you for being forthright with this.
What's in these Ben Hasrath reports you're offering to share?
Enemy movements, suspicious activity, intriguing gossip. It's a bit of everything. Alone they're not much, but if your spy master is worth it, damn, she'll put him to good use.
She?
I did a little research. Plus, I've always had a weakness for redheads.
Me too. Wait, stay away from me.
What would you send home in these reports of yours?
Enough to keep my superiors happy. Nothing that'll compromise your operations. The Qunari want to know if they need to launch an invasion to stop the whole damn world from falling apart. You let me send word of what you're doing, it'll put some minds at ease. That's good for everyone.
Okay, you are hired.
All right, you're in.
Excellent. Krem, tell the men to finish drinking on the road. The Chargers just got hired.
What about the casks, Chief? We just opened them up with axes.
Find some way to seal them. You're Tevinter, right? Try blood magic. We'll meet you back at Haven.
Don't try blood magic. The Storm Coast. Looks like we have a brand new area to explore next time. There's a couple of boring quests here, it looks like, but it looks like the Grey Wardens are also here, and that's something I want to follow up on. I want to talk to the Grey Wardens and see if I can meet any familiar faces, like Carver, or I don't think Alistair would be in the Grey Wardens anymore. He's too busy being king, but we could find Carver, or Nathaniel, a bunch of Grey Wardens, maybe even Ogren, if he's still there. I guess we don't really need Ogren, because now we've got a Qunari companion. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be able to carry his own weight. He seems to be pretty beefy. I look forward to hearing about his backstory and learning what his history is and why he's not with the Qunari anymore, why he's kind of an outcast. It's definitely curious. You've piqued my interest. Until next time, my name is Mike, and this has been Dragon Age Inquisition. Thank you for joining me.